Guys, today we're going to talk about my favorite niche fragrance of all time, and for that I am launching a product, an exciting product to share with you. So this is probably my most exciting video of the year. I'm really excited to talk about this. Anyway, without further ado, this is Clémence. I talk about fragrance. Welcome back. I don't even know how to start this video, but ta-da! This video is in collaboration with Jovoy because I am launching my discovery box in Jovoy. So we've been working since months now on this box. I took this very seriously. It has actually been years that this project has been pitched to me. In this box, this is my selection, my 14 favorite fragrances in Jovoy's range. And you have 14 samples that are all the fragrances I keep talking about on my fragrance channel since the beginning. So really, I chose fragrances that really mean something for me. But this box is also a fragrance box for those who want to discover niche fragrances, or for people that really want to smell what I keep talking about since many years. Took me quite a long time to actually choose which perfume I'm gonna put in that box, but basically it's very versatile. You have one fragrance for each season, every mood, every occasion. The box is also unisex fragrance. Some are leaning more masculine, some are leaning more feminine, but I will explain that to you. I will talk about all the fragrances that are my favorite in Jovoy selection. If you don't know as well, Jovoy is a fragrance store that has a lot of different niche fragrance brands. You have a store in Jovoy Mayfair, but also in Paris. And the box is gonna be launched online, so everyone can purchase the box, but you can also pick up your box at Jovoy Mayfair. There's 30 units over there to purchase. There's only 2 in Paris, so you have to run a bit. This is a total limited edition. There's only 200 units of this box. So if you want to get your hands on it, it's now or never. Inside the box, you will see that you have also a discount code. So you have La Box, the Clemenceccfragrance. I'm so excited. And I'm shaking actually, I'm really shaking. It's the first time I'm that stressed to do a video because I've put all my heart in it since the beginning of the year. It was really something we've worked in collaboration a lot with Jovoy, so I'm really excited. So, and also if you purchase the voice, you have this little card in there and you have a 10% code that is unique to your box on all the fragrances that I'm going to present to you today. So you can redeem that after you purchase the box if you find your next signature scent. But I chose really different profiles to please everyone. So I'm sure that you're going to find something that you love. In the box, as usual with Jovoy Discovery Kit, if you order the brand one, you do have these little cards here where you have all the fragrance I'm talking about and you have the composition of the fragrance. The box is going to be retailed for 60 euros. The first fragrance in the box, and this one was the one I was like, okay, I need this fragrance in my box because otherwise it doesn't make sense. And it's l'Orchestre Parfum Parfum Santal. You know, I've loved this brand since the beginning of my channel. This fragrance is very versatile. I spray all year long. It's actually my 3rd bottle. The sandalwood fragrance is very dry, and then you have a creamy undertone that is bursting straight away, and that's because it's very milky. And you have also a little bit of ambroxan, so it pushed the projection, so the projection is stunning. That's the fragrance in the box that I think is going to appeal to a lot of people. Next in the box, I was thinking, okay, I need a clean fragrance, and I chose a fragrance that I've been talking so much since last year. I even did decant of that fragrance to go on holiday to show you how much I loved it. And it's Electus Musk Cake. Clean baby powder, clean bed sheet. This is really that vibe, but this is the musk fragrance that for me lasted the longest. It has a sillage and a trail that is crazy. You don't need to spray a lot, and that is great because usually clean fragrance, they lack a little bit of that projection. So it's really powdery, the musky coziness that I want when I want to relax at home. But I also wore it quite a lot to go shopping, to go to events and stuff like this. Always got complimented. That's the clean one. Next one is a fragrance I've been talking at the right beginning of my channel as well. Like Parfum Santal, and it's Majestic Jardan by Alexander J. It's a brand that I've been talking about since the beginning. I love the fragrances. For me, they're very mysterious, mystical, and they have also a powdery projection, so great longevity. It lasts forever. But I wanted to have something that is a little bit more fruitier, but in a very mysterious way. And something that's been really on trend at the moment was cherry fragrance. And this fragrance is cherry, but it's not like a syrupy one. You know, you're not gonna get headache with that. It's powdery but narguilé-like. There's a narguilé note, so it's like smoky, very bewitching. I wore that when I started to wear niche fragrance right at the beginning, and it's always been a staple. Always loved to wearing during evening, just to give a little bit of a sexy, mysterious vamp note. Next one has to be my favorite from the brand Electus. They do usually some fragrance that are very daring, a lot of character, that sometimes a little bit edgy. This fragrance for me is the most pleasing of their collection because it's a tuberose, so it's very white florals, very creamy, and you have a hint of gourmand note with caramel. That's probably the most sensual of the group. In a very elegant way, you're gonna have like a fragrance for every day, but I really enjoyed it to wear it like also during dinner date, for example, because it's not overwhelming, but it stays in a sophisticated way. So I love that. I had to include a Jovoy fragrance. Jovoy is a perfumery store, but they also do their own collection of fragrances. I did like some video about the whole collection if you want to have a look. But this one is definitely my favorite. That was Love at First Sniff. Remember Me by Jovoy. My boyfriend actually really loves that as well. He wears that quite often. It's a fragrance that smells exactly like a chai latte. Spicy, cinnamon, tea notes in a very warm, powerful way. Very projecting as well. Not tropical, but there's something very solar to it, like very warm. And I personally really love that during winter and fall. I think like a bit of a tea note, especially chai latte, is so comforting. Need a vanilla scent because vanilla is really on trend. Everybody loves the vanilla. But if you've seen videos I did recently about vanilla fragrance, what I like at the moment is have realistic vanilla. And you know, like when you smell the vanilla out of the pod, usually it smells more woody, it's more dense, it has something a little bit more richer and deeper, not as sweet as vanillin would be, which is usually the sweeter synthetic accord of vanilla. But this one is a really natural and realistic one. This is probably one of the most sophisticated fragrance I have. But you know, if you know the brand of Wonder Jane, it's really like that. It nearly smells a bit animalic, not too much because otherwise it's not wearable, at least to me. And it's mainly Oris butter that you're gonna smell. So it's buttery, it has density, it's very creamy. And I love that. Like when you spray, it really envelops you. Probably my favorite vanilla of all time now, just because it's really realistic. And I'm a bit out of the trend of fluffy, powdery vanilla. I love this, of course. But this one, for me, if you want to smell a true vanilla scent, this is a great one. When we were thinking of the fragrance that would be in the box, I was like, okay, I need Gozo. This is probably the fragrance I've talked about the most on my channel, and it's been sold out everywhere. Just to let you know, this fragrance is very victim of its being so popular. Ambery floral, so nothing complicated so far, but when you smell it, it's really intense. First of all, really, really intense. Some people, when they smell it the first time, they would say that it smells a bit like a Barbie doll skin, and for me, this is really what I smelled the first time. I never smelled a fragrance like this before, and I smelled so much ambery florals. We fight with my boyfriend to wear that fragrance at home. He loves to wear it. People, when they smell it, they buy it after. I had few cases where a content creator goes to an event, they smell and they're like, what are you wearing? And that's the best compliment. And then after they buy it. So I needed something that really stands out. And this is my signature scent. Voila. I wanted to include a realistic but slightly gourmand summer fragrance, especially for Christmas coming and when it's going to be very cold. Adamo numero 5. I think this fragrance is a little bit underrated. You don't see it a lot everywhere. First of all, the bottle are stunning. And by the way, I'm showing the bottle, but you know, it's a sample box. Huh? It's just for you to have a visual on the bottle. Smell a bit woody. Really what I can smell first, for me, it's like the blend of leather and the blend of cacao pod. It's really that more than chocolate, actually. Really intoxicating, very beautiful. Actually, that was my fragrance I wore for Christmas last year, and probably the fragrance I'm gonna wear for Christmas. It's very serious to me. It has something very powerful. For me, it's extremely unisex. I think on a man, it would be a little bit like charismatic, but dark, you know, it's that character in that fragrance. Room 1015, and it's Wave Child. So that is quite a recent fragrance, but when I thought about the box, I was like, I need a fun one. I need a fragrance that you're gonna wear to have a lot of fun, you know, tropical, the fun one, the watermelon smell, the juicy, fruity, watery kind of fragrance. It's like you're by the coast, you're syruping a cocktail, and that's what this fragrance is. As it was not even supposed to be in the box, but I really pushed it to be in the box because it was sold out forever. Une Nuit Nomade Jardan de Misfa. I wanted a rose fragrance because in the selection I don't have rosy perfume. I say rosy, but for me it's not like a cute, girly rosy, not at all. It does have a smell that feels a little bit like a Turkish delight, like a lokum texture. It's really addictive. I think it's one of the fragrances that when you spray it, you want to smell it again. And also it's like not linear. It moves within the time, and I love that. And this is like a brand, Une Nuit Nomade, that I love because it's an invitation to travel. When I smell that, I travel back to Turkey or travel back to Marrakesh, even more Marrakesh, I think. So beautiful, the texture of it is everything. I needed to add, of course, a Narcissus fragrance because Narcissus is my favorite ingredient of all time. Narcissus is like a flower that feels nearly poisonous. It has something a little bit green to it, and I absolutely love that. And my favorite Narcisse has to be Narcisse Taiji by Atelier Materi. I've been talking quite a lot on social media this month about it, and that was not calculated. Loving this fragrance, especially for fall season when the leaves are falling. I really want something a little bit more green. I find this very classy, very elegant. This fragrance has a hay note as well, close to a vetiver kind of scent, actually. I've been talking about it in the recent video, saying that it's probably the sexiest fragrance I smell on my guy. I don't know, because I think that on a guy wearing a floral fragrance, it's daring. I wouldn't call it romantic, you know. For me, it's a bit vamp spirit, you know. I wanted something that feels a bit retro, but very modern. And one note that I love for this is the mix of violet and iris. And this fragrance is a violet fragrance. It's SORA DORA Malo. You may have heard this fragrance quite a lot. It's been like on men's channel than on women's. So for me, it's unisex, but it has a bit of a lipsticky tone. It's also quite fruity with raspberry note. It's full on. It's a fragrance that I bought years ago. And for myself, so it's a fragrance that it's more appealing to men usually, but I love to wear that, and it's Serge Naxos. This fragrance is tobacco leaves, and it has a little bit of, actually a lot of lavender. So it's like a balance between fresh aromatic and warm tobacco, cashmere-like textile. When I smelled that the first time, I thought it was like a modern gentleman kind of fragrance. The result is that I love to wear that when I'm going out. When I started to discover niche fragrances, I was like really drawn to a bit more tobacco-like fragrance. You don't need to spray a lot again. It's gonna leave a nice impression, but always sophisticated. And my last one, fragrances are affordable, quite affordable for niche fragrances, but they also do things that are very pleasing, that I use every day. So I needed to include something like this, and the fragrance is called Golden Noir by Majory. First of all, I have to say I have a crush on the bottle. I think they're so beautiful. The vanilla, warm, spicy fragrance, and a bit of a cinnamon twist. So I would say it's more like a winter season kind of fragrance. The first time I was like, oh, it smells a bit like toffee to me. And it's not even listed. Especially when it's chill, I find it very enveloping. The spicy notes are so beautiful. I hope it would make you try that brand, because I really appreciate when a brand gives you natural ingredients but also affordable prices in a niche industry. That's pretty rare. That's it. So that's my 14 favorite fragrance in the range of Jovoy. You can all find them in my Jovoy box. Remember, you have a discount code minus 10% when you purchase the box, so you can get a little discount if you want to purchase one of the fragrances after. It really took me quite a long time actually to find fragrances for all occasions that have different scent profile. I'm 100% sure that you're gonna find something that you really love in those scents. For me, doing like a fragrance project like this was very stressful. I'm a quite anxious person, so I was really stressed. I was like, oh, I need the fragrance box to be reflecting my personality, but also be pleasing a lot of people and be able to touch every season, every aspect of your life and every mood. And this is really what it is with that box. Voilà guys, it's now on the website of Jovoy. You have in the description box all the link you need to reach to that Jovoy box. If you order it, know that it's a huge support for my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you very soon. And thank you for your support in all the years, because all of this happens because of you as well. You can't imagine how is it for me to launch a box like this when 5 or 6 years ago I was walking in Jovoy dreaming of these fragrances. It just means so much to me. Voilà, I hope you have a lovely day and see you soon.